Where is Dawn? Here he is. Hi, Lemonheads. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Lemon Nation. I'm so glad that you guys are here. How was your weekend? Hope you had a great weekend. We are streaming live, of course, on a beautiful Monday morning in New York City. And I know that it's the start of the week, but I got to be honest. I have to ask you something. Are you tired yet? Are you exhausted? I did a thing yesterday about week one. Our live stream yesterday was about week one and all the chaos that happened. Are y'all tired of this mess? I'm not just tired of the mess. Are you people just exhausted? Now, as you guys know, I can see around corners, and sometimes things aren't always as they appear or always as they are presented in mainstream media, in the corporate media, right? Because everyone is beyond. I see you guys on TikTok, beyond exhausted. I am exhausted. Everyone, are you exhausted? I got to tell you, I'm sick and tired. That's what I should have put on the thumbnail today on the YouTube. Are you sick and tired? Because I am. All right, so have you seen what's happening with the stock market this morning? Everyone is like, oh, Donald Trump loves to say the stock market is great. This is great. Look at what's happening with the stock market. The stock market is down in more ways than one. The NASDAQ, the Dow, everything, the futures were down. And it has recovered just a bit, but it is down. And that's how Donald Trump says marks the economy. That's his indicator. My economy's the Dow, the stock market, the Dow, whatever, Wall Street is that's his, crowd size as it relates to the economy, right? Relatable to his crowd size. So I believe that it is I'm going to explain to you what's happening because a big part of it has to do with China that Donald Trump hates. And he's going to be really upset. I know he's really upset because this innovation that's coming out of China is this Chinese AI model is just going to blow. It's blowing him away. That's affecting the stock market. But I believe there are other things. I think you're tired of this ish. As Art 1218 says, let's make money off this ish. We're not making money off of this. And people are tired of the chaos. They're tired of the getting rid of the DEI, right? Because they realize, I think many people, not the MAGA people with the MAGA brains, they don't realize that DEI has more to do with just Black people. It helps women. It helps veterans. It helps it goes across all demographics of our economy. And the last people to benefit, as a matter of fact, from DEI are Black people. So the DEI of it all, right? That is exhausting people. I have a list of things that I believe are exhausting people as it relates to the economy and everything. And people are going to start to pull back. It's too much. It's too much. The deportations are too much. The tariffs over the weekend are too much. People are tired. The tariffs are too much. The isolationism, too much. The leaning into racist tropes are too much. People are mentally pulling in. You hear Black women saying, I'm done, I'm out. Target getting slammed on social media. It's too much. Deportations, tariffs, pardons, too much. Are you tired? DEI reversions, too much. Isolation, too much. The chaos in Doge before it even started, too much. The appointments of people who are unqualified, like Pete Hegseth, too much. Everything is too much, Demetrius Cephas, you're right. The stock market is crashing, says someone on TikTok. It's too much. Lies on top of lies, too much, because they've seen this movie before. And now when people start saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. You mark my words, this is what's going to happen. Okay? Because of all of this, People are loving Costco, by the way, because Costco is pulling back, is not pulling back on its CEI. So Donald Trump's whole plan, his strategy to just overwhelm, just flood the zone, I think will backfire. Because people will pull back. They're going to say, well, look, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay home, but they're only going to go to certain places, targeted, but not targeted, maybe. We'll see. To get their supplies. They'll go to Costco because people want it. It's going to be tough to pull back from everything, right? You're going to want to pull back from Target and all of that. They're going to go to Costco. They're going to go to certain places. Costco stock is going up. Thank you, Tatum. So people are going to pull back. They're going to stay home, possibly not go to the movies, maybe cut back on some of their subscriptions to streaming sites. They're going to not tune into corporate media. They're going to pull the plug on cable. You're going to isolate? Trump, we're going to isolate. That's the mindset that you're sending. And I believe that is what's going to happen. A Target boycott will work, says Chris B. I don't know if that will work, but people are going to pull back because they're going to say, you're going to put tariffs on Colombia because of all of this, because you want to deport people, you want to deport people. You're going to put tariffs that could affect the cost of our goods. They're going to pull back. You're going to cut money for social programs, Medicaid perhaps, yet the billionaires are going to get richer and they have an outsized role in our government and they're not elected. We're going to pull back. You're going to lie to us about everything. We're going to pull back. Miss Lady, guess I need to get a Costco membership. I got to tell you, Miss Lady, who's in the YouTube chat, you're right. Because I had a membership to Costco years ago, and when I lived in Atlanta and I drove a lot and whatever, and I said, no, I'm not going to support big box stores. I'm going to start supporting my local folks. I am going to support my local folks, but I'm also going to support folks like Costco who understand, who get it. So I'm going to renew my Costco membership and I'm going to go shopping at Costco. I tried to stay away from the big box stores. Now I'm going to have to do some big box shopping at Costco. Costco was so crowded on Saturday, I had to leave. I've never seen it like this. LOL, says Aretha H. Yes, it can work. So with this, with the China, with the AI model, the Chinese AI model, all of it, remember, America first could mean America alone. Groupon has a Costco. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's go back in the chat. Meredith Hicks says Groupon has a discount for Costco memberships. Meredith Hicks, thank you for your support of independent media. And thank you for your tip for the lemon heads. Okay, we're just going to talk. Come on. Can we just talk? Can we just talk, y'all? Let's just be honest. Hit me up in the chat and let me know. So let's start. Let me start informing you today, now that I've set you up for, are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? I'm going to give you everything you need to know for today. And then you can tune back in when I'm back on at 5 p.m. Eastern to get more of an update. You don't have to sit around all day. You don't have to doom scroll through your thing. You don't have to look at every notification from every alert from every news organization. That's what I'm saying. You pull back and live your life. You don't have to. At home, you know what I do? I have reusable, the reusable coffee pods that I use. I get ground coffee from my favorite coffee place in Louisiana. I got to check on Community Coffee to make sure what they see, who they donated to, who they supported. But I have reusable thing, and I get my coffee pods and I make coffee at home. I'm not out there. I'm sorry. I forgot, y'all. I'm supposed to what do you call it? Shoes. Anyways, that I have to conduct myself a certain way here. I forgot where I was when I said I ain't. What do you have to do? What do you call that when you have to when you code switch? Thank you. Good praxis. Code switch. I forgot. I have to code switch because I am live on YouTube on my channel. So let me tell you people. Look, this is how I talk. Let me tell y'all. I ain't out there trying to give any coffee place that charges me $5 for some damn coffee. I'm not trying to give them money. So I went down to the local hardware store, or if you go reusable, whatever kind of coffee thing you have, or you can do, or if I really want some good coffee, I take my ground coffee and I use a percolator. Welcome to the percolator. I use a percolator for my coffee, as my dad and my grandma did when I was a kid. And that's how I do my coffee. And it is so good. I'm not out there trying to spend all that money on coffee. Code switch is what Black folks can do. Thank you. I see that. And so that's what I do. So I'm going to pull back a little bit. I'm going to see, because you cannot, it is impossible to pull back from everything. Okay. It's going to be impossible to pull back from everything. But I do believe that all of this, I'm going to preface, I do believe that you have to be targeted in all of this if you're going to do what folks are asking. Ben and Jerry standing strong, someone in the chat says. If you are going to stand strong, you must be targeted. Now, here's where I want you to be more targeted than anything. And here's where I want you to stand strong. I need you to hit the thumbs up. I need you to hit the likes. I need you to hit the hearts. I need you to like and subscribe. And if you are on TikTok, follow us. I'm going to show you some of the things that folks that I've been talking to. And I'm going back out today and I'm going to talk to people today. Okay? And because of what I'm saying, because that I get on here every day and I tell you what you need to know. And some people say I'm ranting or whatever it is. This is my channel. I'm looking out for you. So you guys need to look out for me. You need to support me. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because people are, the haters are going to come for us. The corporate right media, the Murdoch media, the New York Post, the Daily Mails, all that of the world, they're going to try to slam us and get rid of us and write stuff about us that changes the tone of what my intentions are. So just be aware of that, okay? So support, like, subscribe. Just because you're a member doesn't mean you subscribe. Just because you're subscribed doesn't mean you're a member. Our channel is growing tremendously. We have just been extremely overwhelmed in a good way about that. Where can I buy a percolator? At Costco? Yeah, you can get a percolator at Costco, of course. And it's the best coffee. And I'm trying not to do all that sugar because I am addicted to Swedish fish, so sorry. But I try not to, and York peppermint patties. Those are my sugar vices, okay? Sometimes some gummy bears. You guys know that. But I take some honey, put in my coffee, black. This shit is good. Okay? All right? So keep an eye on the stock market for me, guys, producers, and you guys. You guys are my producers. You guys are my co-hosts. You are my co-producers in all of this. So you guys ready I'm going to set you up for your day, okay? And then I'm going to come and talk to you guys. I'm going to shout some of you out for your memberships, for your great comments, for your subscriptions. Okay. So good morning, everyone. This is my code switch to news reporter. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Don Lemon Show. Welcome to This is Hot Topics at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We do it every day, every weekday. The Dow is down. It's way down. Stock futures crashed this morning. The Dow did slide more than 300 points. The NASDAQ lost 100. That's a lot. The Americans are desperate to know why. Now, I think people are going to give you the most obvious thing, but there's more than just that. It is related to Trump tariffs, his threats over the weekend. Is it? Is it related to the Trump tariffs and the threats over the weekend? Is it being caused by Trump's immigration raids? Perhaps the response is in concerns over an artificial intelligence stock bubble popping after the emergence of a Chinese AI model that seems to be better than those in the US. Oh boy, oh boy. Not good for the tech billionaires that are kissing up to Donald Trump. They're going to be like, whoa, wait, what? And they're going to fight this to the end. And that fight is going to affect the economy. That fight is going to affect the economy. Okay? Maybe it's all of the above and then some that I have told you about. We're going to talk about all that. And we're going to cover the war over DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion in corporate America. Costco is standing by its Black and brown employees, by its women employees, by its veteran employees, by its patriotic employees, because white people are also the beneficiary of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Don't get it twisted. Don't let them fool you, okay? But some other commercial giants, I don't know, they're throwing us all overboard. We are also, producers, if you're listening, my friends, we're also going to remind you guys and report on the International Day of Commemoration in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. We are keeping our Jewish brothers and sisters, neighbors, co-workers, loved ones, fellow Americans in mind. Butterfly in the comments reminds us it is International Day of Commemoration in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. And Butterfly says, if we held a moment of silence for every victim of the Holocaust, we would be silent for 11 and a half years. Thank you, Butterfly. Producers, please find us something where we can mark this solemn day and a reminder, considering what is going now, that we will never go back to that. We're not going to let that happen. So with that said, let me give you a table setter on the stock market crash. I'm just going to play some of it. This is from our friends over at the CNBC as we keep an eye on the stock market and we move along with our hot topics at 10 o'clock. This is the start of the day to get you informed. Roll it.
We are in the middle of what might be described as, or what is, a market sell-off. The major averages all sharply lower this morning. Mostly as tech stocks, chip sector, energy, all getting just crushed. I think, we had the word rattled sort of on our list. I think it's more than rattled at this point. China's DeepSeek and the competition, the AI arena, just rewriting potentially the whole space at this moment. You're looking at the Dow off about 421 points, the NASDAQ down 914 points, the S&P 500 off about 150 points. Join us right now, Stephanie Link, Hightower Chief Investment Strategist. Did we all miss it? Did we all miss it on the chips, on the Mag 7, on the energy sector? And this little Chinese company that's done this for next to no money with 200 employees somehow has outdone everybody else?
Well, Andrew, I mean, it's really an interesting day today. The reactions are, I understand why these stocks are down so much, hyperscalers and the AI semis and all that, but there are still so many questions. Is the technology from DeepSeek really that much better? Will they be able to take share? Will the U.S. tighten export controls further on Chinese companies in general? And which companies are going to use DeepSeek to launch their massive AI initiatives?
Okay,
I'm not
pause
saying
right
that
there.
they.
Okay, so here's the thing. So this DeepSeek company, thank you, that's enough of that. I just wanted to set it up because, right, and then now the market is open. This was a little while ago. So this DeepSeek is done it, I think, for like $6 million. And I think that's right, Peter. Is it 6 million or 6 billion? It's done it for a fraction of the money that the AIs from Altman, Microsoft, Grok over at X, all of that, a fraction of the cost of that, and that is going to freak them out. And people freak them out. And they're concerned about it. And so even the NVIDIAs of the world, right? Money, so much money, so much money. And now China has done it. It is believed in the beginning, at least that it turns out the way it is, for a fraction of the money, which means you can go and use this now without buying into it. You can go, it's ready now. And a lot of the AI and all of that at the US, right? 5.4 million. And Altman, you'll go, yeah, it's 5.4 million. Thank you. Is that crazy? What will Donald Trump and the folks at Doge do about this? That's where we're going. And that's why the one reason today the market is down. Another sign. Go it alone. America first can mean America alone, and isolationism doesn't work for anyone. It never has. Again, from our friends over at CNBC, this Chinese AI model is called DeepSeek. 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 This is an explainer of how it works.
Let's talk about DeepSeek because it is mind-blowing and it is shaking this entire industry to its core. The emergence of DeepSeek now putting pressure on the U.S. tech names. We told you all about it last week in Davos. The buzz started growing about DeepSeek's latest AI model being more efficient while running on a lot less advanced NVIDIA chips. Released last week, it's already being called what is a major breakthrough as the app shows its work, its reasoning, it answers users' prompts. I, by the way, was spent basically all weekend playing with it. It is the #1 app, I believe, on Apple right now. The product overtaking ChatGPT today as that on the App Store that way. DeepSeek, which was created.
Guys, the product overtaking ChatGPT? Are you kidding me? It's #1 on Apple? Are you guys going to download it? It is a free app. Apple App Store, top free apps, DeepSeek. Usually, ChatGPT is the #1. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. It's really good. Are you guys on it? Tell me. Some of the folks who are on TikTok are on it. Trippy070 says it's really good. Catagang says DeepSeek. Yo-Yo says, I'm using it now. Kimberly says, what's it called? It's called DeepSeek. What app? I'm lost. Mrs. Spence says, DeepSeek. DeepSeek. Downloaded it for free, says Krista054 on TikTok. Downloading out of spite, someone says. Yes, on it. Any good? Jode Mako says, please shut up and stop yapping. Jode Mako, hey, you're on my thing. Go yap on your own channel. You don't have to be here. Boy, bye. Or girl, bye. See you. You don't have to be here. But we love our trolls. Stay here. You might learn something. No, as a matter of fact, I take that back. Stay here. You might learn something. Troll me up. Troll me up. Someone says, I think it was Liz or Krista says, I canceled ChatGPT already. Wow. Oh my goodness. Are you guys on here? Just downloaded it, going to try it on my lunch breaks. I missed who that was. Wow. You guys, okay, let me know what you think about it. I want to know what you have to think about this DeepSeek. Let's listen to more of Andrew Ross Sorkin over at the CNBC about DeepSeek. Here it is.
Created by a Chinese hedge fund manager, also capturing the attention of leaders, as we mentioned at the World Economic Forum last week in Davos.
We should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
What we found is that DeepSeek, which is the leading Chinese AI lab, their model is actually the top performing or roughly on par with the best American models.
If the United States can't lead in this technology, we're going to be in a very bad place geopolitically.
Now, you can take a look right now at the AI-related stocks. So NVIDIA, ARM, AMD, Microsoft, Meta, interestingly, on that list, given it's open source. We got to talk about the open source, closed source bit of this as well. And then
That's a shocker to see NVIDIA down by more than 12% right now.
Absolutely. And then you
Look
have
at all
global
that
chip
red.
stocks also in the red across the board, ASML Holdings and others. There is the question, I will say, Alexander Wang made the point last week, and it's become sort of the question mark about all of this, which is, he suggested on our air that it is possible that they were using some of the highest performing NVIDIA chips, perhaps as many as 50,000 of them, to build this model. Now, and they weren't supposed to have those chips.
Right.
If
So
that's
if that's the case, this
true,
is not the size.
The dynamic is different. If it's not true, then maybe all bets are off. It's possible, by the way, even if it is true, meaning even if they use those chips to create this, or at least partially to create this, it is still a significantly more efficient and better model. I think everybody agrees that right this moment, I mean, I don't know if did you get the play? It is mind-blowing.
Okay, there we go. He just read my mind, or whatever. He's saying it before. I was thinking the same thing. Does it matter? Does it matter if they're using NVIDIA chips? Because there was this whole thing about chips and trying to keep the priority, whatever you call it, trying to keep it to themselves, but that didn't happen. Proprietary. There are proprietary rights over it. But it doesn't matter. Thank you, Kenya G. You are thank you, guys. I love it. That's our 401k sliding, y'all. It is, and that's why I'm saying this whole thing that you cannot work with other places, you cannot whatever. Okay, everybody has their concerns about China. No, and we live in a world that is connected. No matter how many people talk about the globalists, calling it's a pejorative, right? We live in a global economy, no matter what you want to think about it, whether you like China or not. We live in a connected economy. And so you either work with people or you don't. Now, if this does turn out to be saying a lot of our billionaire tech folks, a lot of these billionaires, a lot of these tech people are going to be worth less because there's this other technology. Now, I'm not saying it's going to drive them out of business. But all of this go it alone and all of this fighting and who does this and who does that and keeping you guys fighting amongst each other and while they're busy trying to make their billions. That's what I'm talking about. And in the meantime, we are fighting over Medicare, Medicaid, and we're losing it. And but fighting over which bathroom people should use. Or we can't, we got to get rid of the diversity program because it gives opportunity to people who may not have opportunity in the past. We're fighting over that. While these guys are making billions behind your back. Like this. Hey, look. Oh, you guys go make some money and then let's keep them fighting over the little stupid stuff, That's what's happening. You know how when you see the coaches and the guys on the sideline and they're calling plays and they're like, and they're like, oh, and then they go, okay, look, it's a party too, whatever. That's what they're doing. They're playing in your face. And your faces, and you are letting them. Thank you, Tammy Strawling. And you are letting them play in your face, in your faces. Are you exhausted yet? Francis Skaggs has a good one. To me, why should I trust China less than I trust Zuckerberg or Musk? I don't know. You guys can answer that. What do you think? Does Francis Skaggs, CCLS, have a good point? Are you tired yet? Are you exhausted? Are you exhausted? Are you tired? The other thing that is exhausting all of us is this whole thing about tariffs. Well, this two things. There's a combination of things, okay? This mass deportations, that's really going to affect the economy because they're going to get rid of a lot of people, a lot of hands, a lot of eyes, a lot of legs, a lot of people that our economy needs. honestly, let's just be honest. Let's be honest like the farmers. Let's be honest like the people in the service industry and say, we need immigrants, undocumented migrants. We need them. They help us out. So now you're massively deporting them. You send them to Colombia. The Colombian president says, we're not going to take them. This is awful. And then you say, I'm going to put tariffs on them. And then the Colombian president said, well, I just can't leave my people hanging, so I'm going to send a plane to do whatever because I want to take care of my people. But because of all of this instability, people are going to pull back. They're going to say, oh my gosh, another reason, more isolationists, more whatever. This is more chaos. I'm exhausted. Are you exhausted yet? This is what happened with just over the weekend with Colombia and the mass deportations and the tariffs of it all. This is not good, folks. Here it is.
With the U.S. and Colombia on the brink of a trade war over President Donald Trump's deportation flights, overnight the White House announcing an agreement has been reached. For hours, the two allies locked in a tense standoff after Colombia refused to accept 2 military deportation flights from the U.S., turning them away when the planes were already en route. President Trump responding, vowing to impose 25% tariffs on all Colombian imports, which experts say would have devastated Colombia's economy and raised the price of everything from coffee to crude oil, bananas, and flowers for U.S. consumers just before Valentine's Day.
Pause.
The United States is...
Back it up just to that thing. Okay, just to the little, what it's going to, that. Okay, potential tariff prices that will increase, excuse me, in the United States. We just talked about coffee. Everybody in the morning, coffee. You think your $5 is good enough? Wait till it's gonna cost you $10 to go to your favorite Starbucks or Beans or whatever. I don't know what's the other coffee or not DQ, Dairy Queen. What's the name of the other one that everybody goes to? Dunkin' or any of those places. When your coffee goes up, watch how much that costs you. Crude oil? You ready for some? You talking about gas prices? Dorothy loves, are you in Canada talking about some darn Tim Hortons? Our folks to the north have Tim Hortons. Dutch Brothers. Where are you guys with that stuff? I'm having fun with you. Yeah, but think about it. Especially you MAGA folks, you MAGA brains, you people, you trolls in that thing, some of you, not all of you, of course. I should stop saying that all the time. But think about it. Think about you, the MAGA folks, right? Who complain so much about gas prices, even though gas prices are down. They never really went up that high. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, any increase can affect you. Think about the gas prices and think about the heating oil of it all. Think about it. Now imagine just how cold this winter has been, all the storms, the winter storms. And all the heating, all the oil that you're going to have to use, or you have to use, price is going to go up. Bananas, it's the same thing like eggs, right? If bananas go up, eggs are going to go up. Well, we don't get that from them, but still, bananas and flowers. Valentine's Day's coming, Mother's Day's coming, Easter's coming. That's just some of the things. Tariffs just don't affect the people you place the tariffs on. It's going to affect us because they're going to raise the prices in order to send them back to us. It hurts everybody. MAGA voters voted for tariffs not knowing what they are and that they put the bill. This is May money into buildings. May money in the building says dum-dums. No lie there. Keep going with the report. This is what happened this weekend with Colombia and then threat of tariffs. Here we go.
Before Valentine's Day. The United States is Colombia's largest trading partner. Colombian President Gustavo Petro fired back with tariffs of his own, insisting he would only accept migrants deported in civilian aircrafts who were treated with dignity and respect. The Colombian president referencing this deportation flight to Brazil. Authorities there say some were denied water and access to a bathroom. Overnight, the White House announcing the two sides have reached an agreement, vowing to hold off on those tariffs, but still imposing visa restrictions and halting visa services at the U.S. Embassy until those deportation flights land in Colombia. In a statement, the White House press secretary warning President Trump expects all other nations of the world to fully cooperate in accepting the deportation of their citizens illegally present in the United States.
We don't allow people to enter our country and to dump their prisons into the United States of America anymore.
For the first time in U.S. history, military aircrafts have been used to deport undocumented migrants. Our Martha Raddatz sitting down with Trump's border czar Tom Homan.
What about those countries that won't take them back?
Oh, they'll take them back.
What do you mean by that?
We got President Trump coming to power. President Trump puts America first.
Homan overseeing a steady increase in ICE arrests, with officials from multiple law enforcement agencies launching a joint operation in Chicago Sunday. Immigration crackdowns now spanning from Atlanta to Los Angeles and even Omaha.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, here's the thing that I want to say as well. There are two things with that, especially for some of you folks, because I hear some people in the Latino community who were big supporters of Donald Trump and saying, well, he's not going to do our friends or our family members. You effed around and you found out, and now some of your family members and friends are getting deported. And all of this, America first, I'm telling you, I've been around for a long time. It does not work that way. And this thing coming out of China shows you, because they will take advantage of our isolationism, our fighting amongst ourselves, us trying to fight back against the world. They will take advantage of it. Now they're taking advantage of it in the technology. They're going to take advantage of it with goods. They will make them cheaper and start flooding them into the United States through whatever they have to do. If they have to do it through going around bucking the system, flouting the system, they will do it. First time, military jets using it. And then the inhumane treatment of it all. No food, no water, they said. Is that what we're about? Did they not hear that bishop in the church saying, hey, we're supposed to be looking out for the least of these. This is a disgraceful moment, a sad day to be an American, says Ron Foster. Thank you, Ron. The richest country on earth, and we can't figure out how to be humane. We can't figure out how to really help our economy, boost our economy by figuring out a way to incorporate these people into our country, into our economy, so that it works for all of us. Are you exhausted? Are you tired yet? Are you tired yet? Start of week 2. Only the start of week 2. Only the start of week 2. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Are you tired yet? Take a look at this. This is Costco announcing that it is going to stick with DEI. Can you enlarge it for me, Andy, please? It is going to stick with DEI. They are receiving online praise. For example, after more than 98% of its shareholders recently rejected a shareholder proposal for a report on any risk posed by the company's DEI policies. Our board has considered the proposal and believes that our commitment to an enterprise rooted in respect and inclusion is appropriate and necessary. The report requested by this proposal would not provide meaningful additional information to our shareholders, and the board thus unanimously recommends a vote against this proposal. Costco rejected a proposal by a right-wing investor group to end its DEI efforts. Costco, as I understand, their stock is reportedly going up. People are loving Costco. I'm thinking about renewing my membership to Costco. I had made a commitment to supporting our local business folks. I do. I go to the local hardware store. I shop at the local grocer. Of course, I go to the local dry cleaner. I try to limit my stuff that comes in from just going online and clicking, because a lot of that stuff you can go to your local place and get it with just a little bit of effort. But folks are loving Costco. In response to that news, Al Sharpton and hundreds of supporters launched a buy-in at a Harlem Costco. Now, you remember on Martin Luther King Day, He said in his speech, I think I'm going to go buy about maybe 100 or so. He said a couple hundred Costco gift certificates, hand them out and have people go in. And he did that. Now I'm going to tell you what other folks are doing, but this is the Costco of it all. And this is Al Sharpton going into the Costco just this weekend in Harlem with a bunch of people. Wow, would you look at that? You guys see, that's a lot of people. That makes a big statement. You can get all those people going all over the country. If that can heat up and catch fire all over the country, I don't want to say that because a lot of our neighbors are having issues with that. B. Kobe says, I'm loving this. We are going to reactivate our account. Says Phil D. Dub 29. Yes, I think I am too. But think if you can get this. Gotta love Rev Walks the F and Talk says Veracity's Key 2020. This is good to see. Now imagine if that catches on all over the country. Imagine if that catches on all over the country. Now, there are people who are encouraging a boycott of places, and especially I think getting the most heat is Target. And I don't know why. I think it is. Let me just explain this to you. Honestly, I had never been a huge fan of Walmart. And I know Walmart's a big whatever. It's a lot of communities, and sometimes Walmart can be the only place where people can get fresh fruits and vegetables. I get that. But for some reason, and my mom loved, I don't know how she feels about it now. I have to ask her. I haven't spoken to her about it. The Walmart. It was kind of a place where she went for community. It was like a little mini mall. You can get everything you want in one place. Never been a huge fan. I can count on probably one hand, maybe two over the years, the times that I've ever set foot into a Walmart. Now, Target, I used to have a Target credit card back in the day. I would go and load up everything for Christmas. I would order. I have so many Target Christmas ornaments that I ordered online, Christmas stuff from the Target. I love Target. And because when I would go into Target, I could find what I needed. Black hair care products, black skin care products, get my stuff and trim my sideburns. I'm letting my hair grow out now. It's a little long, just letting it grow. So I know I need to shape up, but I'm letting it grow out. You get all kinds of stuff. You would see like they'd have a black authors section. They'd have a black hair care section. They would promote black businesses, put it at that end thing on the aisle, right? And so and it was kind of subliminal too, because, they would do it and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Sometimes it was just so subliminal and you would see them highlighting black-owned businesses. Because let's just be honest, the things that I use on my hair doesn't work for my white brothers and sisters. And vice versa. And sometimes the skincare, like I need stuff here, like from shaving over the years, hyperpigmentation from razor bumps, right? And then I had this little thing right here, which was I had a little hair bump, right? I was like, you can't stand it, got to get it out. So I did. And then it darkened. So you have to like over time use the stuff that will even out your skin tone. So I need that as a man of color. All kinds of things, right? Just little things that you don't know about that you like, oh, you need this. We need oil in our hair. All kinds of stuff. So Target would, black art. The pictures when you go, you're like trying to redo your house. So you get a new apartment, especially if you're just starting out or whatever, and you'd see the art that's already in the frame. Well, they have black art in there. So you're like, oh, okay. So you went to the Target, and now I see a lot of people are ticked off about Target, especially black folks, black fashion designers. The way that they highlighted black history, all kinds, black So, folks, thank you in the TikTok. Black holiday cards and greeting cards. Costco membership also gives discount on gasoline, my mom says. She's talking about Costco. Thank you, Mom. She's watching and listening. So that's Target. But here's a TikToker encouraging a boycott of Target. I've been seeing a lot of this online. They better be careful. Watch.
I am in business.
No. That is Tabitha Brown. TikToker encouraging boycott of Target. It should be after the Tabitha Brown.
Be a little bit more targeted in who you're boycotting. One of the things I've struggled with as a socially minded consumer is there's always these like long lists of don't shop here, don't shop here. If we target our opposition to one or two specific corporations, I feel like that's a little bit easier for people to target their efforts and focus on one goal. And whoever we choose as our one target, the other corporations who are thinking like, should we roll back DEI? Should we not? What should we do? The other corporations are going to be thinking, I don't want to be the next target, which isn't to say that the other corporations who have rolled back DEI, which isn't just to say they shouldn't be on the list. Maybe they should. But we need to choose our first target, choose a span of time, and then move on to the next. If you ever go to the pew pew range, get you one of those lasers, and you're trying to hit the bullseye, and you're trying to hit that bullseye on one target. You're not trying to hit all the people's targets and all the lanes. You're just hitting your target, just one.
Okay, now, she has a point if you believe that in theory. I had some, I don't have it, but I'll tell you. There are others who say that doesn't work because Target is still being benefited by you shopping there because they get a cut of what you are buying from that Black creator and business owner, producer. She's saying go into Target and just buy the Black-owned product, the Black product. But others online are saying, hey, that still benefits Target. And so I see folks in the chat, especially on TikTok, saying, no. Go in or boycott everything, that they should do it directly. Buy direct. Buy direct. So look, it is a discussion. I don't know exactly what the right thing is. Now, do you guys know who Tabitha Brown is? Tabitha Brown is an actress. She's also an influencer. And she also, during the pandemic, started this online Black business just out of fun, kind of, and a little bit of boredom, and there was a need for it, and it became success. Target picked it up, became successful. And now Tabitha is concerned about Black folks saying, I'm not going to go in there. She believes that it hurts everyone. It hurts the folks who are it hurts the Black folks who have their products in the store, and she's worried that they're going to get rid of all of the Black producers, meaning Black folks who produce products that can go into retail products, etc. They're going to say, well, we don't need you. And that's what she's concerned about. Now, look, this is a complicated thing for me. I do believe that everyone has a point here. But remember back in the day when you had when Dr. King had the garbage boycott, the bus boycott, and all of those things, folks had to stick together. There had to be cohesion. Lisa says, no, Tabitha Brown, not going to Target. Now, just because they don't have to, anyways, I'll get to it. Here's Tabitha Brown.
I am in business.
Back it up from
in
so they can
multiple
hear
ways.
the beginning of it.
I am in business in multiple ways, with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there. There are amazing companies like the Village Market in Atlanta, right, who support small businesses, and you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy. But it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't build that overnight.
You're muted, Don. You're muted on StreamYard.
I know. I closed the window by accident. Anyway. Thank you very much. So that's Tabitha, and Tabitha has a business interest. Someone on TikTok says it's not Tabitha Brown. Yes, it is. What are you talking about? And there are others who have business interests, and it's just not that simple. I understand that, Tabitha, and I don't know if I were in your position, what would I be saying? What would Jesus do? I don't know. What do you guys think the solution is? Because a lot of folks are like, hey, I'm sorry, I just can't go in there. She's right. Only buying Black products is a type of boycott and will send a message. Even though Kathy Gordine, I understand, even though it still puts money in Target's pocket, do you think that works? You think it'll send a message that, hey, we're here to support Black-owned businesses and not anything else? You better get your shit together. You think that's what it is? You think that's what it is? Tell Tabitha that she's missing it, says iJetty. How is she missing it? How is she missing it? This is bigger than her bottom line, says Doll Baby 73. Here's the thing that I'm getting from another one of my co-producers, co-hosts. As you hit the thumbs up button, as you hit the like button, as you smash the hearts on TikTok, as you hit the thumbs up button on YouTube, as you follow us on all of these sites, and if you're watching us on the YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. And you can watch us on the YouTube. Just real quick, because I'm going to tell you what one of my co-producers, one of my co-hosts is texting me. You guys know Monique Presley. sending me some information I'm going to give you. If you're following us on TikTok, I'm moving over right now, just so you know, to the subscription version. And if you want to come on, you got to subscribe. And I'm going over now to switch to sub only live. So you have to subscribe and come over because we got some other stuff we're going to talk about and you're going to miss it if you don't come over. So here we go. Going over now. We're switching. We're on subscription only live on TikTok. Okay. We're going to play something. This is from, thank you, Monique Presley, friend of the show. From Lip Bar, largest Black-owned makeup brand in Target. She said she understands the upset, but is not surprised by Target's actions. Decline of support since 2020. Decline of support from Target. She also says that people do not support direct consumership online or they wouldn't need to be in the major stores in the first place. Not just one business bottom line, over 100 Black businesses in Target right now. But she says a decline in support for Black businesses, right, Monique, since 2020 has been, Target has declined their support of Black businesses since 2020? Interesting. Here's the owner of Lip Bar. Let's hear what she has to say about Target.
Hey y'all, I am Melissa Butler. I am the founder and CEO of The Lip Bar. The Lip Bar has been in Target since 2017, and we are the largest Black-owned makeup company in Target. So, of course, we were disappointed, just like many of you, when we learned that they were rolling back their DEI initiatives. But I will say, even though I'm disappointed, I'm not that surprised. I always thought that the 2020 commitments were a farce. Like, anything that is forced is going to be a farce. And I think part of it is because Trump is emboldening companies to reverse commitments that they never wanted to do in the first place. And that is not just true for Target. I think it's true for a lot of companies. But I think also beyond that, and this is me being honest with y'all, I am always going to be honest, a lot of the brands that they launched didn't do well. Did not do well. We have been in Target since 2017. And in my, it's been a long time. In my 8 years in Target, I've seen them kick out 8 brands, not because they were Black, not because they were woman-owned, not because they were Latina-owned, so on and so forth, just because they didn't perform. And so someone asked me, what will this mean for the Lip Bar? Will this DEI rollback impact you guys? And truth is, I don't know yet. I don't know yet from a Target perspective. Right now, things are still business as usual. We are still growing significantly at Target, which is a blessing. So the immediate risk is that, if all of our consumers boycott Target, then, that will absolutely impact us. And a lot of people are saying well, I would rather shop you on your site. Great. Listen, here's the thing. I understand. I too am disappointed, and you have the ability to take your dollar wherever you feel most comfortable. So if you want to shop us at Walmart or Target or Amazon or on our website or in our store in Detroit, do it. But if you don't want to shop us at any of those places, I understand that too, because we do have power in our dollars. But I do want to make sure that we are aware that, by not shopping in these stores, you are also impacting the hundreds of Black-owned businesses and women-owned businesses and, brown person-owned businesses that are in these stores. So it's a really shitty situation to be in. I look forward to understanding a little bit more about what this means across all of our retailers. Like, what does it mean at
Okay, so here's the thing. That is the owner of Lip Bar, one of the number one Black business sellers at Target. Now, she brings up some very good points, where she said that the decline in support of Black businesses the support of Black businesses at Target since 2020 has been in decline. She's been there since 2017. And she goes, not all the businesses were successful. Okay, but guess what? Not all businesses of any ethnicity are going to be successful in stores. You have to give people the opportunity, though, to be in those places to see if they can be competitive. And many times people did not have the opportunity to even be there to be competitive. So this offers the opportunity at least. And guess what? It's survival of the fittest. So offer some Black folks the opportunity that you offer everybody else. And if they don't make it, then they don't make it. That's business. That's competition. So I understand her point. So she wants you to know that they did not get rid of all of those businesses simply because they're Black. Some of them just didn't make it. Understood. That's how it works. Bunny Scoggins says, not saying anything different from Tabitha. I think she's saying a little bit different than Tabitha. Just a little bit different than Tabitha. So she's saying, I want to see where it goes. So I understand. She's saying, I want to see where it goes. Tabitha is saying, you shouldn't stop shopping there. You cannot not go there, right? She's saying, I don't know where it goes, and I certainly understand it. She's the number one seller there. So this is a dilemma for a bunch of people. And August Winters, check out how she was in her bathrobe. Yes, and you know what? That is why I'm sitting in my living room in a shirt above with my button, because it's relatable. Thank you for pointing that out, because I was saying, notice that she's in the bathrobe. She's not all dolled up in the makeup that she has, whatever. She's sitting there in her bathrobe, and it's very relatable to people. And that's why I believe her business is successful. And that's why I'm sitting here in my dining room today, because it's relatable, right? There are fewer, walls or just things between me and you and her and you. It's just like, hey, here we go. How are you? I'm sitting here. I'm giving you the news. She's like, hey, how are you? Let me tell you how I feel about it. I woke up today, just like you did on a Sunday, whenever she did it. And here I am. And it is relatable. And that's why people like her. And I believe that's why she's successful. That's why she is successful. So what do you think about it? And I'm telling you, Target is getting it online like I have not seen it before. It is almost like Bud Light in reverse. I wonder if if they're going to see it in their bottom line. I wonder if Target is going to see it in their bottom line. This is a man, now I got to warn you, there's some spicy language in this, who's been really upset about what Target is doing it says they're abandoning DEI. This is an African-American gentleman who's really upset by it. And he went into the Target and did this. I don't know, this is a lot, but excuse me, here it is.
Y'all finna start discriminating us? Huh? Is y'all finna start discriminating us? So y'all telling me if I want a job here, I can't work here if y'all don't like me? That's what y'all telling me? Don't say nothing, officer. Hello? Y'all finna start discriminating us, Target? This what we doing? Is this what we doing? Y'all quiet in this motherfucker. Where the workers at? I got kids. I need a job in this motherfucker, man. What's going on? Y'all finna follow Trump and his rules? Don't say shit. That's fucked up. We got kids out here. Y'all fucked up in here.
Look, he's doing the most, but does he have a point? Does he have a point? People are really upset by I'm telling you. And if this catches on, it's problematic for a lot of folks. Now, we were talking about black. This is too much, says Koali Whale. Is that too much? Wow, says Samantha Universe. Too much? Not how you handle it? Those people who are shopping there. Wow, says Samantha's Universe. Those people are shopping there. It's not there. Embarrassing, Lana Bona says. Maybe it's too much. Way too much, you say. Over the top. Harass employees, not a good look, says Nanner. I agree. I apologize if you. Nah, he's weird for that, says Daniel W. Apologize. But I wanted you to see just how some people are upset. Or maybe he's just looking for some attention. Maybe so. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you do that. Now, don't get it twisted, okay? Do not get it twisted, especially about Black-owned businesses. Just because you see like a black face on something, meaning, I don't mean in blackface, like you see a black family or you see whatever, doesn't necessarily mean there's a sleight of hand there. Because not all of these businesses that you see out there are owned by Black people. Some of them are owned by corporations, okay? Andy, did you get the founder versus owner one? Do you have that one? It's about Color Roots, Life and Style Eyewear. Do you see that one?
It's in the thread?
Yes, it's in the thread. Okay, but if not,
I see it. I'll grab it.
No, okay, well, give me the one of the truth about DEI, because I want people to know what DEI does. While you play this one and then get the other one ready for me, okay? So this is the truth about DEI and about who actually benefits from it. This is a reality check, a fact check. Here it is.
The real F around and find out moment is here. A lot of people are looking at the Black community thinking that we are the recipients and benefactors of DEI programs and affirmative action programs. And I know affirmative action is no longer, but whenever they hear the term DEI or they hear the term affirmative action, they look to the Black community thinking that we are the benefactor. Now, here's some information for you. The #1 recipient of DEI are white women. That is according to the U.S. Department.
How often have I been telling you that? The #1 recipient of DEI, beneficiary of DEI, white women. I keep telling you guys that, and those are the facts. Everyone thinks it's about Black people. I don't know if you have the ability, Andy, to back it up a little bit, but it is white women. So everyone thinks it's about Black people, and it's about giving Black people a head start, a priority over white people. It's not. Let's go.
The #1 recipient of DEI are white women. That is according to the U.S. Department of Labor. And others fall under that group, under the minority group, the ethnic minority. #1 recipient under that group are Latino and Hispanic Americans.
Pause. Latino and Hispanic Americans. And I don't know if you guys have been online seeing this whole thing about saying Latino and African Americans need to come together. The Latinos, I'm just being quite honest, need to drop their criticism and their anti-African American stance, especially with voting and in their own communities. Because the main reason, Latino folks, that you're able to come here and people fight, those of us who are immigrants, and I'm saying this, that we should get together. So don't take this as me talking shit about Latinos and that I'm anti-Latino. Not at all. What I'm saying is you need to stop and think about it when you're voting for people. When you're voting, it's not just, when you're voting for folks, you're not just voting for yourself. You're voting for other people. You're voting for African Americans who fought for civil rights, for affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion so that you could benefit from it. White women, Latinos. It's not just about you. And so there is this, I would call it an initiative online in social media saying, hey, Latina folks, you are a big beneficiary of diversity, equity, and inclusion because African-American leaders and African-Americans put their lives on the line and fought for it. So when you are voting and you're talking about Black people and you're doing this and you're criticizing Black people, hey, It's the same thing that I say about Indian Americans like Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley. They should every day be sending some Black folks flowers, saying, thank you, Black people. Every day, if they're going to run for office, if they're in office, they should be thanking and fighting for African Americans, for Black people who fought for their asses to be able to come here and have such ease and comfort and have the rights that they have now to come to this country. We welcome all. But if you are going to come in through and be the beneficiary of initiatives from African Americans, from the very people that you talk shit about and that you demonize, then why should we even support you? You should be thanking us. You are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors, and you are standing on our shoulders as well. The diversity, equity, and inclusion is not just for Black people. It's for everyone, and many people are the beneficiaries of it. But you wait till you see. I want you to watch this. Wait till you see who is the least, who benefits the least from diversity, equity, and inclusion. Wait till you see it. But if you would not know or believe it, if you listen to the racist MAGA folks who are against it, if you listen to Donald Trump and all of the other people around him who have, over the course of the last couple of years, made DEI a pejorative, a bad word. Play it. Here we go.
Number 2 are Asian Americans. Number 3.
Same thing goes for Asian
are
Americans.
Native Americans. Number 4, individuals with disability. Number 5, veterans. Okay? And number 6, the LGBTQ plus community. And guess who comes last at receiving DEI benefits? Guess who comes last? That's right. Black Americans. Black people. Let me also say, you can do a Google search and you will see the primary benefactors of DEI programs are not only white women, but white men, white male CEOs. Those are the ones who have benefited the most from DEI initiative programs.
I'm not muted. I just want to make sure you heard what that woman said, and she is not lying. That's why you need to do some reading. I hate that do your own research because it reminds me of the pandemic when people were doing their own research and the shit was all wrong and they were taking all kinds of stuff like ivermectin and horse pills and tranquilizers and shit that they were listening to the podcast bros online. Some people were getting sick and even dying from it. Who are the number one beneficiaries of DEI? White women and white CEOs, white male CEOs. Come on now. That's why, although it's messy and we don't know, I like this talk. I like that we are thinking about how we get together and use our power together, Black people, as it relates to the economy, our economic power, and where we're going to spend our money. Because movements are messy from the start, but if you can get together and target them, no pun intended, right? And fix them, we're off to the races. So I like this talk about people getting together and cohesion. I think it's good. If you are going to take us back to the LBJ days when he signed the Civil Rights Act, to pre-1964 Civil Rights Act, then we need to possibly go back and take a hint and lessons learned from the civil rights movement and what we had to do, what our ancestors had to do in order to get us here. And that was to be together, to be in unison. Am I lying? Come on. Is this too much for you on a Monday morning? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? This is what, when it comes to the DEI of it all, this is what is so insulting, because these are the people you are siding with when you say we need to get rid of DEI programs that benefit us all. This is the person you are siding with. Watch.
Versus owner of these popular black hair products brands.
This isn't it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Those are the people. That's something else, Andy. This is the man in Target that you're siding with.
All right, got it.
We're going to try to get the insert. And because Alex Jones says that there is no insert. There's nothing on it. So.
It's disgusting. That's devil worship. That's devil worship. That's devil worship. Call a cop.
It's like a $10 sign. Yeah, I got that.
End it.
Now, what gives him the right and the authority that he thinks that he can just go and knock a sign down without being arrested? Can you imagine, though? Can you imagine if that was somebody else doing that? I'm sure that they sent the cops in right away for the black dude who was yelling, and they should, because he was disrupting. But do you think that that same thing happened with that guy? That's the guy that's the kind of mentality when I yell and I talk about the racist factions of the MAGA party, then people get all butthurt and bent out of shape because I'm saying that they have MAGA brain. Is that person, that type of person, the entitlement, yes, that he can walk like this. Oh, I own this store. Get the fuck out of here. And that's what we need to fight against. That's who you are siding with. You're right. Tell the people he should be arrested for destroying property. Should be arrested and destroying property, for destroying property. Now, Andy, the thing that you just had up before, I want you to run that now, and I'm going to tell people why. Because do not, when I tell you don't fall for the okie doke, right? Because some people are going to say, well, we support this and we support that. That's why I say you need to read. Because not everything is what you think it is, as it appears. Keep this in mind as you are figuring out where you're going to put your dollars, who you're going to give it to going forward. Not all these businesses are black owned. Watch.
Versus owner of these popular black hair products brands.
He don't wife him, he one night him. I never listen, no. I should have figured though. All that shit you was spitting so unoriginal.
Now, here's the thing that I want to say. Maybe they were just lucky enough, smart enough, had the ingenuity to be able to sell, right, to a company. And everybody wants to buy, everyone wants to start a business and they would like to sell their company and make a lot of money. So good for them. But just so you know that, in case they try to fool you and say, we support black businesses. It's like, well, now that's not owned by a black person. That's not owned by a Latino person. That's not owned by a woman. So just so you know, don't fall for the okie doke. Now, let me tell you this. This is all the beginning. And like I said, this is all just the beginning. This is week 2. Are you tired yet? Are you tired? Are you tired yet? Are you exhausted? Are you exhausted? I know I am. And so all of this talk about America first or whatever. Yeah, okay, great. I love America. Have never lived anywhere else. Well, I lived in India but that was just for a month. That was assignment. But I've never really lived anywhere else. I love America. I'm American through and through. But we are tired. We are exhausted. And that is going to affect our moods and what we do. If you're staying at home on a Saturday night or a Friday night, like black women are saying, hey, are you going to the no? Are we going to see you at the no? You want to go check out the no? That means people aren't going to restaurants. They're not going to movies. They're not going out. They're not buying things because they're exhausted. And I'm annoyed and pissed, says Jazz and Laughter. And I understand why. So Betty Ross, Don, I am tired. Yes, I'm also tired. I'm not tired, just discussed this, says Melissa Williams. I am also tired of the lawmakers in Washington who are supposed to be on my side, and they keep doing nothing but pretending that they have to live up to some sort of civility, and they can't use the energy on the other side, that same energy. I'm tired of it. Fight back. Get off your high horse. Get out here and talk to some of these folks in these streaming streets with audiences that are going to support you or vote you out. Stop skinning and grinning with the other side who doesn't give a crap about you, who doesn't have our best interests at heart, because you feel like, okay, I'm going to do some, I don't know, fake bipartisanship. I believe in bipartisanship, but it's not going to work now. We're not in those times. So as I'm out here on the streets talking to these people, this is what they're concerned about. I don't know if we have the gentleman who said he wants Democrats to fight back. Do we have that guy? Manny? Do we have the soundbite from him that says that?
I believe so.
Well, let's hear from Manny. Let's just hear from some of the folks who
we have the other clip from him. We don't have that one, but I will get it.
Okay. Well, let's see. Look, Manny says he's going to move. He's tired. Here he is.
In the process of moving to Mexico. Yeah, I'm just like packing up, taking off.
Why?
Because I have the option. I have that. I have the good fortune that I have dual citizenship. I can go to Mexico. So, I can go down there. I can buy property. I can build a dream home 15 minutes from the beach for $10,000 down there.
And people are going to say, oh, America, it's the greatest place. This guy wants to go to Mexico from America. What's wrong with him?
When I was a kid, I went to Mexico for vacation. And back then, I was, that had third world conditions. Everywhere we went, there were like people asking for money. But now when you go down there, everything is new. No one's got, that as citizens of Mexico now, regardless of whether they've lived there or not, I qualify for a pension.
Yeah, but here's what people are thinking, like America is better. You're saying Mexico's better than being in America.
Right now, as quality of life, yeah, I would say so, yes. Like if you go to places in the South, it's literally like a third world. And it's been that way for a long time, decades.
You mean in the
South
of America?
And of America, yes. I've traveled this country multiple times. I used to be a roadie. I've toured with metal bands. I've seen this country inside and out more than once.
Why do you say it's like third world?
Because the conditions are like a third world. Things are dilapidated. People are living in broken down trailers, surrounded by garbage and debris. And just horrible conditions. Their water is dirty. They don't have access to education. They live in food deserts,
That's Manny. Manny makes a very good point. We have people now who want to go the other way. You think people want to come to America now? A lot of folks are exhausted by what's going on. And they said they want to get the hell out of here. Now, you do you. If you can afford to do that, if you can, then more power to you. Here's Manny now saying how exhausted he is and how he wants, as I said, Democrats, people who are not up Trump's, start fighting back here. Listen.
Be upset, you should be angry right now, and you should be complaining nonstop, and you should be holding, especially the Democrats, hold those motherfuckers accountable. Hold them fucking accountable. Call them, harass them, get them to do their fucking jobs and defend your rights and freedoms, because that's why you fucking voted for them in the first fucking place. Not for them to fucking go out and, just be just as bad sometimes as the other guys. It's on us, the people.
What's your name?
Manny.
Manny, you're preaching to the choir, because I say that, look, obviously it's the Republicans and the MAGA people that have gotten us here, but it's also Democrats who are not strong enough and who...
The politicians in office right now are not. They are just not doing enough. And
why do they think, like, oh, you have to be so civil, I can't, meet them with the same energy that we can't curse, we've got to pretend and sit next to them and smile and go to the inauguration?
I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, on one hand, I say it's because they're getting a payday just as much. So sometimes I feel like they look the other way because they're benefiting and profiting from it. And other times I think they're just trying to maintain a status quo or this whole idealism about America that it has to be, that you're, or, if you're not part of like the one side where you're just all like enraged, you got to carry yourself with the utmost dignity. Standing up and speaking out is the dignified thing to do in some of those cases. And I just feel like they don't get it. And because maybe some of those people haven't ever had to like actually fight or struggle for that. And that's why they don't get it. And that's why they're not fighting hard enough.
What do you think of what he says? What do you think of what he says? Manny is me, says Melissa Dunmore. Wake up and live, says iHeart Shiva. Wow, Samantha's universe is taught. James Clyburn says Clyburn sucks and has the poorest district. Wow, I hear a lot about politicians. People are upset. Laura Rivers says facts. Here says veracity's key 2020. Manny's right on point, says Marcy W. Tell the people with Sonny and W1 he's telling the truth. I agree with him, says Pikachu. Angela Calloway says I agree with Manny. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. So many people watching. The engagement is crazy this morning. That's why I'm still on. Norma Pabin, he is 1,000% correct. Liddy Domino says, Manny gets it. I love it. Jesus UCSB or Jesus UCSB, thank you. I appreciate your support of independent media, says support DJT. Thank you. Cheryl Haynes, thank you for support of independent media. I appreciate it. All of you. And that's how we stay streaming. It's through your generous support. Make sure you look, our membership, if you want to become a member, it's at the top of the chat. This is a young lady I met as well with her dog out there. She is exhausted too. She said there's no pride for her in being an American right now. Watch.
My whole life in this neighborhood, I would, for the first time ever, I would consider moving out of this country.
Really?
Yeah. What freedom do? What's America like right now? I'm not proud to be an American at all.
What did you think about him pardoning the January 6th insurrection?
I think every police officer, any law enforcement, any civil servant should be up in arms. You're basically spitting on any sort of peace or anything. It's disrespectful. I'm big on respect. I'm a New Yorker. Completely pardoning somebody who did that to, and I'm not a big political person at all. I'm more about respect and human kindness. So the fact that you pardon people who destroyed any part of our democracy, that's not free speech. That's just pure bully vigilante. The fact that you're saying a bishop is rude and nasty and getting death threats and you're taking away people's security detail. Give me a fucking break.
How many of you with us? I'm embarrassing and dangerous time to be an American. It's an embarrassing, says Kev. Look, I love America. I just want us to be better. We're just tired. Are you exhausted? Are you exhausted? Andy, let's see how the stock market is doing. Let's hope it's doing better, I pray, because I haven't had a moment to look at it. But let's hope it's doing better. Are you tired?
I got to find a new link. The last one ended.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. You don't have to. If you find it, let me know. If not, we'll see how the stock market is doing. We'll see how this. Are you tired yet? Stock market right now. Still tumbling. Dow dips. China's DeepSeek AI roils U.S. stocks at open, brings doubts about U.S. tech age. Looks like it's fighting back. But we got to be careful about this. America first. isolationist America alone. We're going to do whatever we want. We're going to treat people of the world however we want to treat it. You may think that's cute, but it ain't going to work. Trust. Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? Did you learn anything today from what I put on? I hope that you learned, especially the truth about DEI. That you may be a beneficiary of DEI and you don't even know it. I hope that you learned something about boycotting or where you spend your money. Someone in there says, I'm an angry black woman. Don't be angry. Channel your anger. Channel your anger. I hope that you learned. And I hope that you go out and enjoy your day and that you don't sit in front of the TV and that you don't just become roiled or outraged every single moment by something that you see. Monica, hope you don't have to be triggered. Don't be triggered. Tia 79, I know you're tired. Learned a lot, says Sharon Culpepper. Thank you. And thank you for your support. Let me shout some people out because I love you. New to this, Surface. New to this, I don't know. Thank you. But anyway, welcome to the Elimination. Michelle, welcome to the Elimination. Thank you, Helen Fox. Welcome to the Elimination. Who else do we have here? So many folks who have become members today. Thank you all for your very generous support, and thank you for becoming members. Okay? I'm happy that you are. This is a community that we're building together. We're almost at 430,000. Remember, we're at 300,000 just not long ago, weeks ago, celebrating. Woo, we have 400. We have 300,000. Now we're at almost at 430,000. You can make that happen today. And we appreciate you. That's how we stay streaming, is through your very generous support. And if you become members and if you subscribe. So make sure you do that. And follow us on those things that you have been seeing that we've been putting up from people around town and around the nation. Those are the folks, the real people that we get out and we talk to and that you learn from. And the only reason we can do that is if you support us. Christopher Daniel, thank you for your support of independent media. I think this quote from Frederick Douglass, agitate, 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 is more appropriate at this time. Deal with our Democratic politicians. Yes. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, all of you. Lucky Cat, thank you for memberships. Thank you, Don, for telling the truth, Wadja says. Thank you, Cheryl Jones. Super Sticker, thank you so much from Up. Dr. Ashby, thank you. All of you. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with this, as I always tell you, and it's not the way that people think where it's you are canceling people and you're doing this. But when I tell you stay woke, that's what the original meaning and definition of woke is. Know what you're doing. Know what you're talking about. Know what it means to be targeted about where you spend your money. Know who are the biggest beneficiaries of DEI. It's not the people you think. African Americans are dead last. And so that's when you are being, maybe not being benefited from corporate media because they're not telling you about that. They're just repeating what the folks in Washington say, what Trump says, DEI, whatever. You need to know these things so that you know how to channel your anger if you're angry, and where to spend your dollars and where to put your energy. Regardless of what ethnicity you're in here, we welcome all. We welcome every different political stripe here on the Don Lemon channel, on the Don Lemon Show, in the Lemon Nation. You too can become a Lemonhead. Maybe you can educate us, and maybe we can educate you. So I love you for watching. I'll see you later. Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.